impact in your first year in the league.
Substitutions for the Pirates after the serve by Hamilton went out of bounds. Carly Eichen and Emily Wiley in. Pirates run a 6-2 offense. Two redshirt freshman setters on the floor for the Pirates. Eichen in now to serve and set for the Pirates. Deep serve played late. And on the attack for Flagler will be Megan Hooks. That's dug by the Pirates. Now on the slide, Emily Wiley will get the kill, and that's a first-team all-conference performer making the kill.
Yeah, one of the two first-team all-conference performers on the front line for Armstrong. Anna McGee, the other, not in the match at this moment, but
Savitsky sets the slide, and Davis is blocked by the combination of Raquel Kulak and Brittany Harris. So each team with a block to start off, and we have our first 2-point lead at 6-4.
Yeah, a little tentative on Flagler's part on their attack. As you mentioned before, a little slow on some of the passes and a little late getting to the net.
Eichen with the serve. Savitsky has to set it from the 10-foot line. Hooks from the outside. That's dug by Grooms. Harris from well off the court gets it over. Hooks again with the attack. That's dug by Harris. And now the back set to Wiley, and that's dug by the libero, Caitlin Kovac. Hooks' attack dug by Stepanovich. Push set outside to Harris. Dug by Pillsbury. From the 10-foot line with the Hooks with the attack. Dug by Stepanovich. Tipped by Kulak is going to be well read by Savitsky. And then a tip attempt by Hook finds the big hand of Emily Wiley.
Yeah, Hooks is kind of off to a slow start here. That was 3 attacks on a particular point that she really just couldn't get any power behind the ball. And unfortunately for Flagler, the front line defense for Armstrong is ready to eat it up.
7-4 Pirates lead. Bump set from Savitsky. Hooks. Attack dug, and then quickly in transition, Emily Wiley gets the kill.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to defend that on the quick set right there as Wiley slides to her right. It's her natural motion. That short attack she's got with her arm puts so much power behind the ball.
Wiley was the Region Freshman of the Year and is a back-to-back all-conference selection for the Pirates. As a good serve from Eichen will have to be played by Savitsky from off the court. Back row attack well dug by Stepanovich, but then the second contact goes into the antenna, and Flagler finally gets the side out.
Yeah, actually a great back row attack that time from Flagler. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen so far in the early going.
So back to serve for Flagler is Sarah Davis, all-conference performer for the Saints, a sophomore out of Akron, Ohio, and really one of the young stars of this league.
Yeah, the 2014 PBC Freshman of the Year, all-conference again this year. She's really the focal point of the Flagler attack, although she put that serve into the net right there. But she's going to have a big game if Flagler is going to move on.
So 9-5, Armstrong State leads Brittany Harris to serve. Savitsky has to pull that out of the net on a bump set. Hooks' attack is blocked. It'll be played again by Flagler. Bump set to Hooks again, and this time Hooks will get the kill. With the scramble play, the Pirates only put one blocker up against Hooks, and that was Kulak. Hooks able to get it to the left of the block and get the kill.
Now she almost got called. I thought it almost looked like she palmed that ball and threw it over the net, but an open-handed hit on the attack.
So Savitsky to serve, 5'7" freshman from Oakdale, Pennsylvania. That hits the tape, but is still playable. And then Reagan Grooms' attack is good down the line. Grooms, the freshman from Knoxville, Ohio. 4 freshmen play significant rotation and significant plays for the Pirates this season.
Yeah, Armstrong and Coach Will Condon have actually really done a remarkable job when you think about how young the majority of the team is this year.
And that one is in by Janae Reddick off the bump set. We've seen Savitsky have to go to the bump set a lot, as a lot of these passes have been off the mark, but credit the Flagler hitters for still able to get them in positions where they can score.
Yeah, again, the Saints a little slow to warm up here in this first set, although they only trail by 3 points, 10-7 right now.
Ashley Lecledner-Rodriguez, the senior from Jacksonville, with the serve. Eichen will set the slide, and that's just pushed over by Wiley. And Wiley had a great rotation there. 3 kills for her. She will rotate out. Anna McGee will check in along with Christy Vaughn. We've gone 1 full rotation here in the first set, and Armstrong State leads it 11-7. Vaughn to serve for the Pirates, redshirt freshman from Calhoun, Georgia. Pirates are one of the more aggressive serving teams in the Peach Belt. As that attack by Reddick is dug by Stepanovic. Set outside to Grooms. That's blocked. And they're going to say it did not contact the blockers. So 4 hits on the play. We'll give it to Flagler. So side out to Flagler, 11-8. Armstrong State with the early first set lead. Libero Caitlin Kovac to serve. Vaughn from the 10-foot line sets outside to McGee. That's dug by Ledner Rodriguez. And then Davis will get the quick kill, and Sarah Davis has her second kill of the match. Flagler within 2. Kovac with the deep serve. Vaughn sets the middle, and Thompson will just have to tip it over, and a little bit of good luck there for the Pirates.
I don't think she meant to do that entirely, as she looked like she hit the ball as she was actually coming down and just had to push it over the top of the net.
And a substitution here. Kim Brody is going to come in and play front row for Brittany Harith. We didn't see Harith get but maybe 1 set, so an offensive substitution there for head coach Will Condon and the Pirates. Reddick from well off the net, dug by Grooms. Set to Brody, and that's going to be dug, kept alive, played over by Valmir. Dug by Grooms, and then McGee's attack is dug by Kovac. Now Valmir with the big swing. It floated on her. Easy dig for Stepanovic. Brody from the 10-foot line, though, hits it out. Tough for hitters from the 10-foot line to get any sort of angle on a attack like that.
Yeah, and especially coming at the end of a very long point. We've had a few of those here so far in this first set, and I think there's no way this is not going 5 sets a day, so fatigue might definitely become a factor.
You said it, not me.
It was inevitable. Come on. We talked about it. 4 out of the last 5 times they met each other went 5 sets.
And a double contact on Christy Vaughn makes it 12-11, so Pirates had an early 4-point lead. Flagler's come back to within 1. Peyton Pillsbury to serve for head coach Matt Affolter and the Saints. Looking to return to the NCAA play, by the way, as that is blocked, and we're tied. Second team block for Flagler. Flagler, a team that since they moved to Division II has been a perennial participant in the NCAA tournament until last year.
That's true. Matt Affolter's first year as head coach of the Saints, although if you think about the progressions last year, they were a 7 seed. They came to this building and this floor and beat number 2 USC Aiken and went to Armstrong, who hosted the finals, won the semifinal there, and reached the championship game as the number 7 seed. So you could almost see the progression as the team began to take shape under his tutelage, and now that's progressed and carried over into this year.
These teams did finish the regular season tied in the regular season standings, second place, 1 game out of first, as Pillsbury's serve is long. And that was a great final day of the Peach Bowl Conference Tournament. You went into Saturday, the final day, with 3 teams all tied atop the Peach Bowl Conference standings. USC Aiken beat Armstrong at Armstrong. Lander went to Flagler, sprung the mild upset, so that's why we have Aiken as the number 1 seed in this tournament all by themselves.
That's exactly right. We, at the conference office, were prepared for any number of contingencies, including multiple tie breaks, but like you said, things just kind of work themselves out. The only tie break left is between Armstrong and Flagler, which was decided by how they performed against Aiken. So,
and Flagler won more games against USC Aiken in the regular season than Armstrong State did. 14-13, Flagler leads here. Shea Hamilton to serve for Flagler. Top spin serve, passed by Grooms. Vaughn sets McGee, and that's blocked, but kept alive by Stepanovic. Now Brody will tip it over. That's dug by Davis. Attack by Davis, dug by Grooms. Deep corner for McGee, but well read. And now Hooks with a swing, and a blocking error on the play will give Flagler the kill. So a good start by Armstrong State, but Flagler now starting to get more comfortable offensively. And Flagler has a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Armstrong, their hitting percentage has steadily declined and down to 0.42 for the set, while Flagler's hitting at 231 right now.
Vaughn sets the middle. Kulak just tips it over. It's kept alive as it's pulled out of the net by Savitsky. And now Kulak with a swing. This one, it will be a kill, as twice it's hit into the net. And finally, the Pirates get the side out.
Yeah, Kulak really bailed out a bad pass on that play. Got a lot of power on the ball. There's nothing Flagler could do about it. But for Armstrong, really the errors are what's killing him right now. 6 kills, or that was 7 with that one, and 5 errors so far.
And it's been hitting the ball out and the blocking of Flagler that's been affecting the Pirates early on here.
Yeah, 2 blocks for the Saints here in the first set.
Carly Eichen to serve for the Pirates. Again, Emily Wiley back into the front row. Savitsky, good pass, sets it over and catches the Pirates unaware. And that is a weapon that she has shown this season, as Savitsky has 34 kills, now 35. So pretty much one time a match, she's going to get that to go.
And which is all you could really do and be effective with it. Like we've seen a lot of setters who go to it way too often, and eventually it loses its surprise factor. So as a setter, you really have to be smart about when you pull the trigger on that.
Raquel Kulak comes back and gets the side out for the Pirates. And really what that does is it just opens up the defense to your normal attacks. If you get some of your back row players to cheat towards the middle, it opens up the lines for your outside hitters and your middle hitters. 16-15, Flagler leads. Brittany Harris serving for the Pirates. Very short serve. Savitsky will have to bump set it. Hooks with a swing, dug by Sepanovic. Eichen sets Wiley. That's dug by Ledner Rodriguez. Hooks again with a swing, and that's good for the kill.
Yeah, Hooks that time just found that back corner and was able to put it inside the line. One of the few kills, I think, so far. 11 so far for Flagler, and for Hooks, her 4th.
So Savitsky back to serve. 17-15, Flagler with a 2-point lead late. Eichen sets high outside to Grooms. She tips it over. It has to be played by Savitsky, and then that's hit out by Hooks. And again, that's what happens when your setter has to make a dig. You're not going to get a clean set for your outsides.
That's exactly right. Which is why it's kind of unusual when you see a setter who has a lot of digs, because that means on every play that there's a dig that she has, that she's not making that pass.
The serve is out.
Raquel Kulak serves it out. And side out back to Flagler as we're getting to the latter stages of our first set. Saints with a 2-point lead, like Ledner Rodriguez back to serve. As you said, Ken, these two teams very familiar with going deep in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Combination of these two teams have won the last 7 Peach Belt tournament titles, as that's played over by Wiley, and it's an overpass. And a back row block called on Savitsky because it was an overpass. Savitsky went to challenge it, but because Emily Wiley went to attack it, that drew the back row block call.
It's one of those mystery calls in volleyball I really don't understand about the back row coming up and playing on the net.
Well, Savitsky's in the back row, which means she can go to the net and set, but if she makes an attempt to block any attack by the opposing team, even if she makes contact or not, just the act of blocking is illegal, and so you get the point.
Very well explained. Thank you.
Valmier hits that over. It's dug by Sepanovic. Bump set to the back row for Harith. Rare back row attack, dug by Ledner Rodriguez. And then a kill for Chiwa. One of the middle blockers for Flagler. Flagler does not set their middles much other than Sarah Davis. She sees the variety, but it's good for the Saints if they can get some production from some of the other hitters, like Chiwa.
Yeah, Coach Will Connon actually protesting, wanting a double hit called on Flagler. That particular one, I actually thought he was going to call the attack because it looked like, again, another kind of a palm ball action on that one.
Vaughn sets the middle, and it really was a set towards no one, played over on a free ball. And then Davis's attack is dug by Vaughn. Again, the Pirates just have to play it over on a free ball. Bump set to Valmier, and her big swing is off the block and out for the kill. And Flagler has a 3-point lead and a timeout taken by Armstrong State.
Yeah, Taja Valmier, that's her 3rd kill of the first set here, tied with Megan Hooks for the team lead, as the Saints still too many points left to play to even start to worry about it, but
we're getting an echo from the
Oh, is that right?
broadcast.
So not from mine. I got.
Hey, I
Was that
know
me?
I sound good. I don't know about you, but
Well,
I sound good.
Of course we. I like
Timeout here. 20-17. Flagler leads it.
Just as a reminder, we have another semifinal match coming up after this one. 5th-seeded Lander and top-seeded USC Aiken. I tell you, that's another one that could be every bit as good as the one we're watching right here in front of us.
Lander had a lot of matches. They played the most matches of any team in the Peach Belt this year, and they showed it late in the year. Going on the road, beating Flagler at Flagler, beating Armstrong at home late. You know, they've had a matchup problem with Aiken, but again, once you get to the tournament, it's totally different. I expect Lander to come out and play well because they had to play 5 sets at Montevallo on Tuesday, down from 2-0. They played 5 sets twice on the weekend.
That's right.
So they may have a little bit of fatigue, but I think they will be pumped up to. Again, they're bidding to try and make just their second NCAA tournament appearance. They've only been to the tournament once before. We do think, by the way, that all 4 of the teams playing in this tournament are near locks to get into the tournament, as Valmier's attack is good for the kill, and Flagler has a 4-point lead. The NCAA region rankings came out. USC Aiken is 1, Flagler 3, Armstrong 5, Lander 6.
And Montevallo was
8.
So we might have, as a conference, might have 5 teams, which I believe would be a record for the Peach Belt Conference. We've never had 5 volleyball teams in regional.
Rachel Thompson with the kill for Armstrong State. The Pirates earn a much-needed side out as it's 21-18 late in the first set. Reagan Grooms to serve.
Yeah, the Pirates are going to have to string a couple together on the strength of their serve.
Savitsky back set and a block out of bounds, so credit the kill to Janae Reddick and a side out.
But that's just bad luck. Thompson and Brody were actually in position there, but the way the angle by Reddick's attack just came off their hands and went out of bounds.
So 22-18, 4-point lead, and Flagler 3 points away from taking the first set from the Pirates. Peyton Pillsbury with a low serve, and Vaughn actually has to play it off the net, which means that you have a middle hitter trying to set the ball, and a double contact called on Rachel Thompson.
One thing I've noticed is Flagler, it almost looks like they are attacking with their serve the top of the net. They want to just at least 3 to 4 tip balls over the tape.
And what's going on right now is there's a discussion between the Flagler captain and the up official, as well as Will Condon, basically thinking that Flagler's blockers are screening the serve, which you cannot do. You cannot move when the server's in process of delivering the ball over. But that's a great dig by Kovac to keep that play alive for Flagler. That looked like it was a kill for sure for McGee. And then a block will give Flagler set point. Third block of the set for the Saints. And Flagler looking to take a 1-set-to-none lead. Pillsbury with the serve. Vaughn sets McGee, and she hits it off the block for the kill. Staving off 1 set point, but Flagler still has several more. It's 24-19.
Yeah, for McGee, that's only her first kill of this set, and she's a player that the Pirates are going to have to rely on.
And Tasia Valmier will end the first set with a kill. Flagler takes it 25-19 as we head to set number 2 here in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament semifinals.
Should point out that this is not only a big volleyball weekend in the Peach Belt Conference, but so much more going on. We have a final in the NCAA Women's Soccer Regional. Congratulations to Columbus State University, who defeated regional top seed Carson Newman 4-1 in the final. They are playing that up at Carson Newman. So with that, Columbus State moves on to the national quarterfinal, where they're going to face Barry, the champion of the South region, who defeated Tampa earlier today 1-0. The winner of that match will go to the Final Four in Pensacola, Florida in early December. That's something that only one Peach Belt women's soccer team has ever done.
And that would be Armstrong State.
That's exactly right. So congratulations to the Columbus women's soccer team. We are also watching the Young Harris men's soccer team, also playing in a region final right now. They are down 1-0 to Pfeiffer, the number one team in the nation. 1-0 with about 30 minutes left to go in that game. We also should mention that tomorrow in Joplin, Missouri is the NCAA Cross Country National Championships. The Montevallo women's cross country team, ranked number 19 in the nation, will be competing in that, along with some individuals from the Peach Belt Conference, from Augusta University, Olivia Rodriguez and Nick Del Guercio, and from Young Harris College, Nancy Merger and Matthew Biwat. So congrats to all of those as they represent our league all across the nation. But as always, our focus is here right in front of us, and turn it back over to Mr. Jackson.
Flagler and Armstrong State looking to get ready for set number 2. Teams switch sides of the court. And I was looking to see if there was a lineup change. I thought there might have been one that was signaled to us from across the way, but it looks like it's the same starting lineups for both teams. For Flagler, it's Valmir, Reddick, Davis, Savitsky, the libero, Kovac, and Ledner Rodriguez. For the Pirates, it's Rachel Thompson, McGee, Stepanovich, Brittany Harris, Reagan Grooms, and Christy Vaughn. We had a
number change.
Number change, okay. So tip by Anna McGee is dug by Janae Reddick, and then Valmir with a swing. That's dug by Harris. Bump set to the outside for Reagan Grooms, and Grooms will get the kill. And the Pirates start off the second set with the first point. Peyton Pillsbury, who had worn 15 in the first set, had to make a jersey change and will be wearing number 13. Although I'm looking over on the bench and she's wearing 15, so I'm not sure what that meant. But
get that cleared up.
Stepanovich with the dig on Valmir, and then from the back row, she just plays it over safely. Now back set to Janae Reddick, and Reddick will get the kill.
It's number 13 on Stat Crew is what the note was. She is actually wearing 15, but if you're watching live stats with us, it's number 13, Peyton Pillsbury, is actually number 15 on the court. And in fact, she's up to serve.
So Pillsbury in for the Saints, 1-1 here in the second. Vaughn with the set to Thompson, and Rachel Thompson will get the kill. As it hit part of the blockers, it did go out of bounds, but again, after the contact, and Thompson with 4 kills. She was an all-conference performer and the leading hitter in the league last year, but missed a lot of this season. It just has not been the same, as Reagan Grooms digs the attack of Valmir, and Anna McGee comes right back and gets the kill for the Pirates.
And Armstrong looks a lot sharper coming out of the gate. They hit only 108 as a team in that first set, but already we're seeing a difference here in this second set. You know, volleyball is one of the most momentum adverse sports that there is. It just does not carry over from one set to another like you might expect in football and other things. So it's no surprise at all that I'd see Armstrong coming out here guns a-blazing right now.
2 overpasses on that play. Finally, Anna McGee gets the kill. Yeah, Armstrong State, a team that hits 237 as a team during the regular season, so well below their average. And a service ace for Eva Stepanovich. I want to say that's the first ace for the Pirates, and an early 5-1 lead for Armstrong State here.
In fact, Armstrong on Tuesday in the quarterfinal hit as a team over 400. I think it was 418 was the number, or 28. That was the single high in the Peach Belt Conference this year in a match, what they did against on Tuesday in the quarterfinal round.
Valmir gets the kill and the side out for Flagler. Megan Hooks into the front row for the Saints, and Shea Hamilton in to serve for Flagler. 5-2, Armstrong State leads in the second set after Flagler took the first set. Hamilton with the topspin jump serve. Harris from off the court. Looked like that might have been outside of the antenna. Davis's attack is dug by McGee. Harris with a tip, and that's pushed over, and they're going to call a lift on it, and that will give the Pirates the point. So substitutions for Armstrong State, rotating in Emily Wiley and Carly Eichen, with Eichen to serve. Yeah, Armstrong State, we talked about the youth of the 4 freshmen. There are actually no seniors on the squad this year for the Pirates as Davis hits that long, and the Pirates lead it 7-2.
And it's kind of, depending on your point of view, scary or enlightening that nearly this entire roster could come back for Coach Condon and the Pirates. And in fact, the majority, even with that, there are only, 3, 4, 5 juniors on the team.
Set over by Savitsky again, that works. So twice she's tried it, and twice the freshman and setter of the year in the Peach Belt has gotten the kill, and Sarah Davis will go back to serve. I mean, you're always going to have attrition, especially with a squad that has 19 players.
Sure.
But yes, there is that opportunity, and the Pirates could be very, very good next year. Eichen sets the slide, and it's tipped by Kulak, and Raquel Kulak, the freshman from Melbourne, will get the kill.
Well, we saw the momentum swing back and forth in the first set. Armstrong did have, I think, a 4-point lead at one point, only for Flagler to come back. Now the deficit's a little bit greater. And Flagler looks a little bit flat here to start out with.
Bump set to Wiley, and Wiley will just push it over. Kovac with the dig. And then on the slide, the attack is good for Ashley Chiwa. So Chiwa gives the Saints the side out. Janae Reddick back into the front row as Savitsky heads back to serve. Savitsky, 10.54 assists per set, that led the Peach Belt Conference.
As a freshman.
As a true freshman. And she also had 30 service aces on the season as Kulak with a big swing. And that's really the first time we've been able to see her unload with a full swing on a ball. And the Pirates earned the side out. 9-4, Kulak will go back to serve. Overpass, and it ends up falling as instead of attacking the ball, Reagan Grooms went to basically block. And just she did not recognize the flight of that ball coming off the passer for Flagler. So a mistake there for the Pirates and a side out for Flagler. Ledner Rodriguez with the serve. Eichen sets the middle, and Savitsky has to dig the Thompson attack. Punched over by Valmir, dug by the Pirates, and then Wiley hits it into the net. So that's a couple of plays where it looked like Flagler was going to be scored on, and they end up getting the points, and they've now cut it to 3, 9-6.
Well, a combination of their performing their actions and then a couple of Armstrong mistakes. It doesn't take much in that match that the two teams that are this close together, those mistakes can add up so quickly.
Hard angle from Grooms, dug by Kovac, and then a big, big swing by Valmir, but too big as it is long, might have even been wide. And that's the player, Tasia Valmir, is very, very, she's going to hit hard no matter what. She's going to hit 100% every time. It may go on the 10-foot line or it may hit the back wall. That's been, but when she is on, she is one of the more dangerous hitters in this league. Christy Vaughn to serve for the Pirates. It's 10-6 Armstrong State. Savitsky from behind the 10-foot line, and it'll just be played over on a free ball by Valmir. Yeah. Just as I say that, she hits a free ball. Pirates on the attack with McGee, and she hits the antenna.
Yeah, McGee that time trying to go down the line on the left side, but as you said, put it right in the antenna. But even before that, on Flagler's side, it looked like it's just a miscommunication there as they weren't able to organize an attack, and not on a particularly hard ball over the net either.
Kovac with the serve for Flagler. Vaughn sets Grooms, and her sort of off-speed attack gets the kill.
The changeup fools everybody, and sometimes it's not about how hard you hit it, it's about where you hit it.
She was trying, I believe, to adjust midair and go to the left of the block, and it kind of floated on her as that serve goes into the net. And Flagler gets the side out.
5 service errors now on Flagler in this match. And again, that's what I was saying. No, that's Flagler. That's 5. Armstrong's only got 2. Oh, you're saying that's the back.
Just had one.
So that's only the second one on Armstrong. That's okay.
Okay. So Pillsbury to serve for Flagler. 11-8. Armstrong State leads. Vaughn from the 10-foot line sets McGee, and again she has to tip it, and she tips it wide. And the Pirates are going to the tip a lot more often here late after they started off the set so hitting.
They started off the set, they were hitting over 400 for a while. That average has climbed down to about 250. But you're right, they looked like they were sharp on point with their attack to begin, but as you say, it's kind of fading out. There's a big hit, though.
Dug by the Saints, and then Davis's tip try is blocked by Rachel Thompson. And so Sarah Davis slaps her hands in frustration. She knew she probably should have had a point on that, but the block gives it to the Pirates. I want to say that's only the second block for Armstrong so far. As Savitsky will set high outside to Valmier, it ends up being a down ball, dug by Grooms, and a tip by McGee, dug by Savitsky. Valmier with a big swing, that's dug by Sepanovic. Bump set to the back row. Grooms' attack is long. And again, that's Anna McGee still tipping. And she's a hitter that's averaging 3.5 kills per set, hitting 290 from the right side. And she is not on her game right now. 12-10 is the score. Armstrong State leads. Hamilton again with the jump, top spin serve, passed well by Grooms. Kulak with a big swing and a kill. Good quick set by Christy Vaughn, and Kulak picks up the side out.
Yeah, when you have a hitter like McGee, as you mentioned, who's just doesn't have it right this second, if you're Christy Vaughn, then you've got to find a hot hand. It looks like Kulak might have the hot hand right now.
So McGee rotates out along with Vaughn. It'll be Eichen and Wiley in as Eichen serves for the Pirates. Savitsky sets the slide. Davis has to hit that from well off the net, and so it wasn't the best angle.
No, it wasn't the best angle, and I think she was trying to somehow go parallel, down the net, finding the hard angle, but the ball, she hit it from way too far behind her, and then just sailed.
Well, and you're going to get that. You have, 3 setters in this match, 2 for Armstrong, 1 for Flagler, all freshmen. So sometimes you're just not going to get the on-point sets. As Wiley is blocked, but it's still alive on the Pirates side of the floor, and then a double contact called on Armstrong will give the point to Flagler. Davis back to the back row to serve. Out of Akron, Ohio. Again, the Peach Belt's freshman of the year last year. Good serve. So Eichen has to set it from behind the 10-foot line. And that is blocked, and the Pirates are going to get the point. It was just the Flagler just tried to punch it over, but Wiley reacted quickly, put up the big block, and got the point.
Yeah, great anticipation that time by Emily Wiley, knowing that Flagler was not going to be able to put any kind of organized attack together.
Savitsky jump set to Hooks, and Hooks' attack is dug in the net, kept alive by the Pirates. This time Hooks tips it. That's dug by Eichen. And then Wiley's attack is a big dig by Kovac. Hooks from off the court just plays it over. Grooms with the attack, and then tipped over. Flagler fans want a lift called. Hooks' attack dug by Sepanovic, and then Wiley's attack dug by Pillsbury. Hooks with a swing, read by Harris. Grooms will get the attack, and that's hit out. That's another point where it looked like 3 times Flagler was going to be out of the point, and they stick around and get the side out.
Yeah, well, not only did it look like Flagler's out of the point, it also looked like Flagler's going to win the point. The hit that Hooks had early on, Hooks had was their biggest hit of the day so far. But again, great defense by Armstrong, keeping it alive at that point.
Savitsky with the serve for Flagler. Pirates on the attack with Wiley, and she powers it through the block of Flagler. That was Chiwa and Hooks trying to get late over to the left and put up a block, and Wiley just put it through it.
And Wiley was just too fast on that. The little short motion she has with her arm is almost too fast to see sometimes, and she just is able to put a lot of power on it.
And then Kulak's serve for the Pirates is a good one. Attack by Reddick, Doug, and then a block on Wiley's attack, still alive. Wiley gets a second crack at it. This time, Flagler will get the block.
Yeah, great moves that time. I think it was for Flagler making hooks and Janae Reddick getting over there and getting in front of Wiley. I don't think they're really moving that side of the court from Wiley's first attack.
Flagler averages just 1.68 blocks per set. They are well ahead of that pace here, as it's 16-13 Armstrong State in the second set.
Yeah, 4 total blocks for both teams here, just midway through this second, as you mentioned.
Lecledner Rodriguez with the deep serve, too deep, and the service error gives it to the Pirates.
Yeah, 5 service errors now for Flagler, as opposed to only 2. And you got to start thinking about, how much of this is keeping your opponent in the match. Although for Flagler, trying to play catch-up here, you can't give away points, especially when you're trying to play catch-up.
17-13 Armstrong State, and a timeout taken by head coach Matt Affolter and Flagler. So Flagler leads it 1-0, but Armstrong with the lead here in the second set.
Yeah, and I can imagine that Affolter's probably, hopefully, perhaps reiterating the point that I just made, which is, look, we are trying to pursue. Armstrong has come out firing in this second set, although the percentage has fallen down to 118 overall, which is pretty much uncharacteristic. But look at Flagler, hitting percentage in this second set, 0. 5 kills, 5 errors. Only 5 kills. 5 of their 13 points have come off of the kills, which means 8 more points either for blocks, attack errors, service errors, whatever you want to call it. So it's not like Flagler as a team is doing the things they need to do to catch up right now. So if you're Affolter, you're saying just don't give away any more points if you can.
And if you're on, head coach Wolkanen's side, you're telling them, look, we should be up to a bigger lead, but the mistakes are costing us here late in the set. We have to get back even, so we need to tighten things up on our end. Yes, you're getting blocked, but that's no excuse. You need to keep swinging because the kills will come. They
got double the amount of kills that Flagler does in this set alone, yet they're only up by 4 points.
Yep.
So interesting. I don't think, it took me a while of watching volleyball to kind of start to really understand the chess match that goes on between two teams during the course of a match. There's so much subtlety to the sport that it takes a long time to really appreciate, I think. But when you recognize it, it's quite awesome to behold, because now what do? Armstrong's going to come out with the serve. What kind of organization are you going to have? What kind of attack do you plan here? You don't have Sarah Davis or Megan Hooks in the game right now for Flagler.
Right. You have basically Reddick, Chiwa, and Valmir in the front line for the Saints, as Savitsky's in the back row. And the Flagler will attack it with Valmir, and right to Valmir for the kill, and she earns the side out. So the timeout works for Flagler. They get what they want. They get the side out, and now Kovac will serve for the Saints.
Yeah, and Hooks comes back in off the bench to replace Chiwa on the front line.
Thompson's attack is blocked, but it's kept alive. Now McGee with the swing, easily played by Kovac. Valmir another big swing, but a dig by Harith. And it'll be played over on a free ball by McGee. Savitsky sets the middle, and Davis will get the kill as it hits off the block and out. And Sarah Davis starting to heat up now for the Saints. 17-15, Flagler's cut the lead to 2. Kovac, and a ball comes onto the court. So they have to stop Kovac from serving. Now the serve. Vaughn sets high outside for McGee, and now for the first time this set, McGee able to get a full swing on the ball.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, talking about how she really haven't called her name much. That's her 4th kill of the match, but she really has been kind of a non-factor, at least to this point. But yeah, you're right. That's the best attack she's had in this set.
Savitsky has to push it out of the net, and it ends up coming back to a teammate. It goes backwards, so the 4th contact gives the Pirates the point, and it's 19-15. Grooms, the true freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, one of the Pirates' tougher servers, finds the perfect spot in the center of the court because they were ready for the cover. They were ready for the tip down the line.
Yeah, well, she's done that a lot today, so she actually did a nice play on her part, mixing it up, going to the middle of the court instead of down the line.
So 20-15, Armstrong State with a big lead late here in the second, trying to tie this matchup at one set apiece. Valmir from the middle is going to get the kill, and Valmir picks up the point.
Kind of half luck, half skill there. It came off of the block so high that the back row for Armstrong just wasn't able to get a hand on it.
Peyton Pillsbury to serve for the Saints. These two teams met in the Peach Belt Tournament Championship match last year, here meeting in the semifinals, as the tip by Thompson is dug by Kovac, and that is hit in by Sarah Davis. And Davis with a kill.
Yeah, we talk about how McGee kind of been a non-factor. Sarah Davis, we can say the same thing about her. That's 4 kills in the match now for her as well. So she's definitely going to have a bigger presence going forward. The Flagler's going to catch up. They're starting to run out of time here.
A yellow card has been issued to head coach Will Condon. I'm not sure if it's still the issue of the Flagler front row screening the server, or if there's something else he is upset about, but play continues with Pillsbury's serve here at 20-17, Pirates with the lead. Vaughn from the behind the 10-foot line, attacked by Harris, is dug by Pillsbury, and then Valmir with a huge swing through the block, and Valmir now 9 kills in this match, leading all players.
Yeah, she's definitely been the player of the match for Flagler, generating those sparks when they need them the most.
And an overpass and an easy play for Sarah Davis. And it's 20-19, timeout taken by Armstrong State. So Flagler storming back here in the second set. Trails by now just 1 against Armstrong State. The Pirates had at one point a 20-15 lead, so it's a 4-0 run for the Saints.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Tasha Valmir and the set that she is having here in the second as the Saints try to get back into this one. Because she is the configuration when Pillsbury is serving and Valmir is on the left side has been Flagler's most effective formation so far today.
Yeah, Valmir 4 kills in this set alone for the Saints, and overall 9 in the match.
Again, hitting struggles continue really for both teams. Armstrong, after hitting 108 in the first set, is only up to 146 here in the second set, and this was the top hitting team by percentage in the conference this year. I think as you mentioned earlier, they hit like 240 something for the season.
And it's been because the two big guns for the Pirates have not hit well. The first team all conference players, Anna McGee 5 kills hitting 048, Emily Wiley 4 kills hitting 153. As that kill or that attempt by McGee is dug by the Saints, played over. Harris with a swing, and she hits it out, and we're tied at 20.
The ball is out. Point Saints.
And another hitting error for Armstrong State. Pillsbury finally serves it out, but still a great service run for Pillsbury, the freshman from Ponte Vedra. She single-handedly brought Flagler back into this
I think
set.
they scored 5 straight points
Yes.
on her serve in that set, in that formation. So
Short serve by Sepanovich, well read by Kovac, and then the tip by Davis is going to be dug. And then McGee gets the big swing. That was probably Christy Vaughn's best set of the set, because she had to set it across the court quickly to get to McGee, and McGee gets the kill. 22-20. Bump set from Savitsky to the back row. Lecledner Rodriguez with a rare attack. That's dug and played over by McGee, dug by Kovac, and then Davis's attack punched over, dug by Grooms, and Kulak's attack is dug by Pillsbury. Valmir from the 10-foot line, off the block, dug by Harith, and then McGee finally gets the kill as she went to the left of the block and had plenty of court to hit to.
I'm about to say that's back-to-back points from Anna McGee. We're kind of waiting for her to wake up here. She now leads the team. She got 6 kills and is finally kind of climbing up out of the hole here a little bit.
So credit Armstrong State for answering the run. It was 2015. Saint scored 5 straight to draw even.
Yeah. Got
the service error and immediately responded with 2 points.
Yeah, both off of Anna McGee's hits. So, yeah, now the Armstrong 2 points away. And you almost have to feel like if you're Will Condon and the Pirates, you can get out of this set take the set. You're almost kind of stealing one right here because the team really started out strong but has kind of faded late. Flagler, as we saw, had that nice run there with Pillsbury serving and Valmir hitting. But if the Pirates can tie it up at 1 set apiece, if they get 2 more points, then basically you're starting all over again. You just kind of reset the match, first to 2 wins after that.
Well, and the best sign for the Pirates would be Anna McGee heating up late in this second set where you can take some of that momentum, hitting momentum into the third set, and get her back on track. And if you're Flagler, you just want to try and feed Valmir as much as possible while she's with the serve. Pirates will attack it with McGee, and McGee's attack is blocked, kept alive. Bump set to the outside for Harith. That's off the block. Pillsbury with the dig. And then Davis will just shove it over. That's dug by Vaughn. Good set for McGee. That's dug by Kovac. Set over by Savitsky, and we're tied.
What a run by Flagler, facing set point 24-20. They come back with 4 straight to tie it up.
So now we're all even at 24. And again, the Pirates doing this. The Saints doing this on the serve of Tasia Valmir. Vaughn sets the middle. Kulak's attack is blocked, and it's going to be a point for Flagler. 5 straight points as that ball was an overpass, and Flagler picks up the point and now has set point to try and take a commanding 2-0 lead.
And I said earlier I didn't believe that volleyball, there's no such thing as momentum in volleyball, but it's hard to imagine that the Pirates can't escape with this set, that there's any way that they can be able to mount much of a comeback.
Davis from the 10-foot line, that's dug by Grooms. Kulak with the tip, well read by Savitsky. Bump set to the back row for Valmir. That attack dug by Sepanovic. And then McGee's attack is dug by Pillsbury. And Davis's attack goes off the tape and over, dug by the Pirates. And McGee will go into the net with the attack, and that will end the set. And Anna McGee cannot believe it. So 6 straight points for Flagler to fight off and win the second set. And we are going to break for 8 minutes, or maybe not. There's 3 minutes on the clock. I thought we were going to have an 8-minute break. Armstrong State was going to the locker room thinking they were going to have an 8-minute break. And the Pirates are heading off the court. So we will break for either 2.5 minutes or 7.5 minutes, and back with set number 3 between the Pirates and the Saints. Chad Jackson along with Ken Grillinger back with you here at the USC Aiken Convocation Center. Armstrong State and Flagler in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament semifinals, and Flagler with an improbable second set win, fighting off 4 set points, but the Flagler hit 149, but made plays late, did the Saints to take a 2-0 lead. And again, the teams will switch sides for set number 3. Armstrong State will begin to serve, and Christy Vaughn will do the serving, and we'll see. It'll be interesting to see here, Ken. The Pirates have had the quick starts in each of the first 2 sets, but it's been Flagler that has finished the set strongly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It has a pattern that has emerged here, and you know, it's kind of easy to look at the hole that Armstrong faces here, but looking at the way the Peach Belt has been played this year, it actually reminded of the quarterfinal match. Lander was at Montevallo on Tuesday night, down 0-2, came back to win it with 3 straight. 28% of all the matches played in the conference this year, conference matches, were 5-set matches. So I don't think there's any panic on the part of the Pirates right now, like my alliteration. And all they need to do is do what they know they can do. Just play your game, be consistent, and I think they'll find success.
Janae Reddick starts off the 3rd set with a kill for the Saints, and Kovac to serve. Armstrong and Flagler both played 5-set matches, won by the home team on their home courts in 5. And in fact, these 2 teams, as Rachel Thompson gets the kill, have played 6 5-set matches in the last 11 meetings that have included not only regular season meetings, but they've included Peach Belt Tournament Championship matches, NCAA region matches. I mean, these 2 teams and these 2 programs about as evenly matched as you can get over the last few years. As again, a kill for Reddick, and Janae Reddick has come alive here in the 3rd set with a couple of kills. She is hitting very well percentage-wise. She does not have a hitting error yet tonight, and she has 6 kills on 11 swings. 2-1 Saints lead. Pillsbury to serve. Vaughn will set McGee. McGee goes down the line, but it's dug by Kovac. Back row attack by Ledner Rodriguez. Dug by McGee into the big double block.
Yeah, not the best set in the world. There was not much room to work with. McGee having to lean forward a whole lot, almost into the net by the time she made contact with the ball.
And remember, that is how the 2nd set ended, with McGee attacking it into the net with herself, her body, as that swing by McGee is dug by the Saints, and Davis is, Nez Davis, dug by Vaughn. McGee with the attack, dug by Kovac. Now Valmir with her first swing in the set, and that's a good dig by Reagan Grooms. And the tip by McGee, dug by Pillsbury. Valmir tips it this time, but it's well read by Harris. McGee with a swing, and again dug by the Saints. Played over on a free ball by Ledner Rodriguez. Vaughn sets Thompson, and finally Rachel Thompson will end it.
That's a big point for Armstrong, I think. Amanda McGee swung 3 times at it during the course of that 1 point, and it turned out to be Thompson getting the kill. So a nice adjustment midway through the point led to that success.
And Tasia Valmir one-on-one against McGee, and McGee is a pretty good blocker, but that was all Valmir as she saw a wide open court in front of her.
And she had momentum heading towards the net on that one, and sky high. She can jump, and she got up there and just pounded that one. Might have been the hardest hit ball we've seen so far tonight.
So Valmir is the first player on either team in double-digit kills with 10 as that serve goes into the net. Pirates will side it out and will bring in Eichen and Wiley into the rotation.
Yeah, Flagler sometimes their own worst enemy. 7 service errors so far today, and that's just 7 free points are just given to Armstrong right there.
Which makes the fact that they lead this match 2-0 even that much more impressive. Played over by Savisky, dug by Sepanovich. Cross-court set to Harris, and a one-armed dig by Davis, that was Hooks, but then the back row attack into the net for the hitting error. So 4-4 here in the third. Again, you play to 5, and the fifth set is the first to 15. And as you said, Kim, we've seen a lot of that this year in the league. On the slide, Davis's attack is good for the kill, and Sarah Davis now back in positive hitting. With
Davis coming through there, going cross court, which is a nice look for her as she went around the block.
Davis to serve. Eichen sets the middle for Kulak, and if the Pirates are going to get back into this match, they're going to have to start feeding the middle hitters because Kulak and Thompson have been their most consistent hitters tonight.
Exactly right, also with the highest percentage. Thompson, no attack errors so far. At 11 swings, 5 kills, hitting .455. Kulak, a couple of errors, but came through right there. She's got 5 kills now.
So Brittany Harris to serve. We're tied at 5 here in the third set. Savitsky sets it to hooks dug by Grooms, and then Wiley just with a tip over, and it's dug out. So Wiley, with probably her weakest swing of the night, gets the kill.
All she was trying to do was not hit the antenna with that, and she actually put it in a spot where the only thing that could be done by Flagler was just put such a dig on it, it went out of bounds.
And another good serve by Harris. Back row attack by Hamilton, dug by the Pirates. Again, Wiley just plays it over. That's dug by Hamilton. And then a big swing is out by Chiwa. And that's a point for the Pirates. That's Chiwa's first hitting error of the match. And the Pirates have a 7-5 lead. Deep serve from Harris. Savitsky sets outside for Hooks, and Hooks will get the kill. Megan Hooks, we saw her get a majority of sets in the first set. She did not have a lot of sets in the second.
Well, 3 kills, 3 errors before that success right there. But you're right, 22 swings so far on the day before that, 23 now with 4 kills. You know, you're not gonna get that many balls if you can't generate any points off of them.
Pirates on the attack with Wiley. Her slide is dug by Hamilton. Hooks' attack at a tough angle, and an easy block for Kulak and Wiley, and that's the Pirates' first block in quite a while.
Yeah, not necessarily Hooks' fault on that, as the set was behind her, off to the side, almost out of bounds. She had to reach, and she tried to, the only thing she could try to do was go across court, but you're right, easy put away for the Pirates on that one.
So 8-6 Armstrong State leads Kulak to serve for the Pirates. Savitsky sets the middle. Davis's attack is dug. Ledner Rodriguez and Valmir rotate back in for the Saints. Valmir into the front row, and Ledner Rodriguez to serve as the Lander Bearcats have arrived to the U.S. Yakin Convocation Center. We'll see them in the second semifinal. And a service ace, the first of the match for Flagler, comes off the bad pass by Grooms.
Yeah, I think she just took her eyes off the ball before it got to her arms and kind of shanked it off to the side there.
So we're all tied at 8 here in the third set. Again, not a good pass from Grooms. She'll play it over on a free ball. Flagler will attack it with Reddick, dug by Sepinovich, and then a tip by Flagler. Valmir with a swing, and that's blocked but kept alive by the Saints. Valmir's second swing, dug over. Third swing by Valmir, dug by Sepinovich, and then Reagan Grooms.
Further than I think she was anticipating.
Took a little something off of this one. Still passed well by Ledner Rodriguez, and the kill by Valmir as it goes off the double block out of bounds. Valmir, 11 kills now. She does have 3 errors, but you'll take that if you're head coach Matt Affolter from Valmir, because she has had some fantastic kills in fantastic spots.
Oh, yes.
Vaughn sets Thompson. She tries to cut that to the side. It's dug and played over on a free ball by Valmir. Pirates will attack it now with McGee. Big swing, but a big dig by Kovac. Valmir with a swing and a kill. And no surprise who the star of this match has been so far.
Yeah.
As Valmir has given the Saints the lead, it's 11-10. Vaughn sets the middle, and Rachel Thompson gets a much-needed kill for the Pirates.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising they haven't gone to her more often. That's 6 kills and 12 attacks. No errors for Rachel Thompson so far in this match. So if you're looking for somebody who can provide you some consistent scoring, she might be the answer.
Grooms with the stug by Janae Reddick, and the Pirates now lead at 13-11. So back and forth we go here in this third set. This has been really the most even set, though.
I was going to say it's been the most competitive set as far as both teams are really executing at a high level right now.
Grooms with the serve for the Pirates. Overpass and played over by Harith, but kept alive. Then Reddick's attack is blocked by Thompson and Harith. And Armstrong leads it 14-11. Pirates hitting .250 in this set. That's the best hitting percentage for them in any set so far. As Savitsky sets outside for Valmir, and again the Pirates get the block. McGee and Thompson combining, and it's 15-11.
Yeah, you can kind of feel the momentum swing again back to the Armstrong side. I'm kind of surprised that Affolter hasn't called a timeout for Flagler yet, as the Pirates have won 3 straight points.
Reddick from the right side, dug by Vaughn. Bump set to the outside for McGee. Her tip is kept alive by Ledner Rodriguez. Valmir's attack is dug by Reagan Groom. Set over by Vaughn. Well read by Savitsky, though. You got to think she can read that. As Valmir's attack is dug and then pushed over by Thompson. Now Reddick from the right side. Down ball dug by the knees, from the knees by Stepanovic. McGee's attack blocked over, played over by Grooms. Bump set to Valmir. Big swing, and it's hit into the Armstrong State bench. Best rally of the set, maybe the match. And a timeout taken by Flagler as Armstrong State has a 5-point lead, 16-11.
Yeah, definitely one of the better points for the Pirates so far today. I want to say that's, I'll have to go all the way down here. I want to say that's about 5 points in a row for Armstrong as they have opened up a 16-11 lead.
Armstrong, Flagler, hitting 0 in this set. 9 kills, 9 errors, 36 attacks. Pirates hitting 192, though that is the best they've hit in any set this match. 6 kills, 1 error, 26 attacks.
Yeah, it was tied up at 11, and then Armstrong has rattled off 5 straight points. And, you know, for Flagler's sake, 3 of them, 4, all 5 attack errors. On the
2 blocks, and then 3 balls hit out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So Armstrong's defense is really generating the points. They haven't been able to find the success on the attack like I think they will need to, but they're going to maintain this kind of momentum. You said Flagler hitting 0, and you're exactly right. But Armstrong, again, only 6 kills so far in the set. 6 of their 16 points coming off the attack.
So Grooms continues to serve. She's been back there on this service run for the Pirates, has reeled off 5 straight. Pirates lead at 16-11, looking to push this set to a this match to a 4th set. Valmir's attack is dug by Grooms. Harith from the outside hits it down the line for the kill. A rare kill for Brittany Harith. Just her 3rd of the match, and it's 17-11. Deep serve from Grooms, bump set from Savitsky. Valmir hits it out.
Flagler seems fairly nonchalant about all of this right now. You know, the Pirates are really feeling it here, and the Flag looks like they may be mentally maybe checked out, just going to give this one up for Armstrong and regroup in the 4th set.
Valmir's attack dug by Stepanovic and push by Thompson is dug over, and then McGee will get the kill as that just sort of rolled off the block and down in front of the back row for Flagler. And now if you're the Pirates, you're like, we had a 24-20 lead in the 2nd set, and we're out to a big lead here in the 3rd. This match could have a much different complexion had the Pirates gotten that 2nd set. Davis's attack is rolled out And the Pirates have a 20-11 lead, and who would have predicted that at 11-11 in this set?
The way the second set ended, we thought perhaps that Flagler would just go ahead and steamroll right through and sweep out the Pirates, but no such luck for Flagler here as Armstrong has really come back. They've played great defense. They haven't been all that sharp on offense, but they've made the most of their opportunities.
Set over by Savitsky is dug by Vaughn. That's the first time the Pirates have been able to dig that attack from Savitsky. And then Davis on the line gets the kill. Pirates thought it was out, but that is the side out that Flagler needed. But 9 straight points for the Pirates to take a 20-12 lead.
We'll go on a limb and call out almost an insurmountable 20-12 lead. I know, don't look at me like that. But it's an 8-point lead. They only need 5 to Flagler's 13 to win this third set.
Savitsky will set outside to Valmir. Her tip well read by Vaughn. Grooms sets McGee off the block, dug by Savitsky, played off the net and over by Pillsbury, and then McGee just basically sends that to the hard left in front of the 10-foot line where no Flagler player was and gets the kill. McGee now with 9 kills. That leads the Pirates, though she's still hitting below 100. Davis, big swing, big kill for her.
Yeah, that's one of the few. Flagler, again, a lot of kills in this third set, but look, hitting negative before that attack, that'll even them up a little bit at 0 once again. With the errors, honestly, are what have the errors that Flagler has made and that Armstrong has not made. Only one attack error for the Pirates in this third set.
Hamilton with the jump serve. And Kulak will get the kill as Kaylin Kovac takes one off the noggin.
Posterized on that one.
22-13.
When we're putting together highlight reels, that's the kind of stuff we look for. You can put the defender on her back. It didn't actually got her arms, but it didn't hit her in the face. So that's why I'm making light of it. If she hit her in the face, I wouldn't. But yeah, she actually got her arms up to knock that one away.
22-13, Armstrong State with the serve. It's Davis on a down ball, and that is on the line for the kill.
But Armstrong obviously is content to just side out.
And we've got a substitution here for Flagler. Davis is going to check out on the serve, and Rachel Bryant is going to come in. A 6-foot junior from Fletcher, North Carolina, is going to serve for Davis. So obviously someone that head coach Matt Affolter thinks can string together a few points on the serve. But she's coming in cold. This is her first action in the third set. Wiley with a tip, read by Savitsky, and then a double contact on Pillsbury will make it 23-14. So Brittany Harris to serve. Pirates trying to push it to a fourth, trailing 2-0, and that serve is into the net.
The serve is out on Saints. Back on the floor is number 9.
Pirates just 1 ace, 3 service errors. Flagler 1 ace, 7 service errors, though. As Savitsky will serve now for Flagler. Eichen sets the middle, tipped by Kulak, and a block by the combination of Reddick and Chiwa. 7th block, team block for Flagler. Again, that's well ahead of their average. But the Pirates, though, with 9 team blocks here in this match. Eichen from behind the 10-foot line sets Grooms, and she hits it off the block. Or no. They say it was not off the block, and now they do. The initial signal, no, now they say, I'm confused. The
up official's giving the point.
Yeah.
I thought it was
signaled a touch, but then gave the ball to Flagler, so kind of confused on that. But Emily Wiley comes back. That's a big dig for Kovac. Back row swing is good by Hamilton, and here come the Saints.
And give Kovac all the credit. That one did hit her in the face, but she was able to get it in the air, keep it in the air, and that led to the Flagler point. And once again, if you're Armstrong, here you are at the brink of winning the set, and you just can't cross the line. Second set was 24-20, I believe, before Flagler were in 6 straight to take it. Now it's 23. It was what, 23-15?
It was 22-11.
22-11. And so it's a 7-2 run by Flagler here at the end. If you're Will Cunnin, it's got to be pulling your hair out. I mean, just get these last 2 points. Just finish. And that's a coaching mantra right there. Coaches always talk about finishing.
Yep.
You can play well in any sport for the first 85% of the contest, but if you cannot finish, then you're not going to find it. So, again, it's a thing. If Armstrong can finish this one out, and quickly,
right,
and just get into that 4th set and see what you can do, because, starting the 4th set, the mindset is you're only 1 away from the 5th, and the 5th is the OK Corral Wild West shootout every single time. Nobody knows what's going to happen in a 5th set.
So after the timeout, Savitsky serving 23-18. And the interesting point of that is that was the 2nd timeout taken by head coach Will Cunnin. So the Pirates have no more timeouts left, as there is a block out of bounds. Emily Wiley will get the kill, and the Pirates now have set point.
Well, they had 4 set points in the 2nd set. They've got 6 to work with right now.
Junior Kayla Burns is going to check in to serve for Raquel Kulak, the Augusta native and Armstrong Student Athlete Advisory Committee president. Will come in to try and serve out the 3rd set. The lefty sends it over. Savitsky will have to bump set it to the outside, and that attack by Reddick, dug by Eichen, and then Emily Wiley will go deep corner for the kill, and the Pirates win it 25-18, and we will head to a 4th set coming up here in 3 minutes. Chad Jackson, Ken Gerlinger back with you here at the Beach Bowl Conference Tournament Semifinals from the USC Aiken Convocation Center. Armstrong State takes set 3, 25-18, but Flagler still leads the match 2-1 as we head to the 4th.
Yeah, and what happens now? You had 2 pretty strong sets by Flagler, including a miraculous comeback at the end of the 2nd set. Took a commanding lead, but here come the Pirates again. Look really good, especially on defense. Really got it done. They didn't attack the ball particularly well in that 3rd set. Again, Armstrong, their best set, though, 220 as a team, hitting-wise, 12 kills.
Below their season average.
Below their season average. But again, really forced a lot of errors on the part of Flagler. If they can keep that up, and I think that might be the key to it. They forced Flagler into a lot of attack errors. 11 attack errors in the 3rd set alone by the Saints. They hit 0-40 as a team. Still had 13 kills. Actually had more kills than Armstrong did in the course of the set. But it was those errors combined with the blocks, the long balls, making him adjust their shots in midair that really turned the tide there. So if the Pirates can keep that up, and also some really good backcourt defense by Armstrong as well. For Flagler, we didn't call Taja Valamir's name too much there after the opening 10 points of that 3rd set. And I think, as we pointed out, so far, she has been the player of the match for the Saints. Sarah Davis having a pretty good match. Megan Hooks is having a pretty good match. But I think if Flagler wants to close this out, it's going to be Taja Valamir who's going to have to do it for him.
Ashley Lecledna Rodriguez will serve to begin set number 4 for Flagler. And the Pirates will attack it with Rachel Thompson, and Rachel Thompson gets the kill. 7 kills for the leading hitter in the conference last year. No errors, hitting well over 400. And the Pirates earn the first point of set number 4.
Yeah, Anna McGee leads Armstrong with 9 kills, Wiley with 8, but neither player is hitting that great a percentage.
As Janae Reddick will get the emphatic kill from the right side and earn the side out. Reddick now with 8 in the match.
This kind of reminds me of the way that third set started out. Both teams were executing very well until Armstrong really just kind of wore down Flagler a little bit.
Yeah, that was 11-11 at one point. As this is going to be a kill for McGee as it's dug into the stands.
I almost had that. That's mine.
You need to get in front of it. You need to bend your knees. 2-1 Pirates lead, and Eva Sepanovic to serve. Saviski will back set Reddick. Her tip will find the court. And Reddick had really no place to go with that but to tip it. And the Pirates were late in recognizing that's what was coming.
Well, it looked like she was late on the attack. She was not going to get there in time for any kind of overhand motion at all. So the underhand fingertips is all she could put on it.
Pillsbury to serve for Flagler. Vaughn sets Kulak, and Kulak's set wasn't high enough. She hits it into the net, and it's 3-2 Saints. Kulak has cooled off a bit. 4 errors, 6 kills, hitting 105, the freshman from Melbourne. Vaughn sets McGee, and McGee's attack is dug by Pillsbury. Davis then powers it through the triple block and earns the point.
Yeah, it's 11 kills now for Sarah Davis, but a lot of errors there. She's only hitting a little over 115.
But remember, she was 6 kills, 6 errors, so she has now 5 kills and only 1 error in her last few swings. McGee, and that is off the block out of bounds, so Anna McGee gets the kill, and she's in double digits now.
And again, a change from the way Armstrong was finding points in the third set, which was off of blocks and attack errors by Flagler. Instead, now getting some kills to go, hitting it off the blocks and out of bounds, getting kills that way, really finding empty holes in the court.
Carly Eichen serves for the Pirates. Saviski will set Davis on the slide, but read by Sepanovic. Tip by Kulak, played by Saviski. Bump set to Valmir, and a blocking error on the Pirates will give Valmir the kill and Flagler the side out. Hooks and Hamilton into the lineup for Flagler. Saints lead at 5-3. Flagler looking to advance back to the Peach Belt Tournament Championship match. They have not won this tournament since 2011, but that was a streak of 3 straight tournament titles as Kulak will get the kill for the Pirates. And the Pirates earn the side out. Armstrong State, by the way, on an incredible run really in this league when you talk about history.
Oh, yeah.
They've been to 7 straight finals, and they've been to 15 of 16 finals. Attack from the back row by Hamilton, dug by the Pirates. Tip by Wiley is read by Saviski. And then Hooks will get the kill for the Saints.
Yeah, great setup that time by Saviski to Hooks as she went over her head behind her to find the open player that time, kind of using Davis as a decoy on that one, and it worked out really well. Hooks probably one of her better swings of the day.
Davis serving for Flagler. Ike bump set from Sepanovic and grooms his attack. Dug by Hamilton. On the slide, it's blocked. And that's outside the antenna, so the Pirates are going to get another block on the attack by Chiwa, and that is Chiwa's first attack error.
But a great job recognizing the slide. You called it again. It was another set behind the head, but Armstrong wasn't fooled at all. Slid down, got in great position.
Kulak serving for the Pirates. Saviski will play it over herself, and it was initially dug, but it took a carom off of another player who was down on the floor, and it will be a kill for Saviski. Saviski 4 kills in 6 swings. That's showing how smart she's been when deciding when to attack. Now she's back to serve. Eichen Back set to Wiley, and that's a great set. Wyken was right up against the net, had very little room, and when she back set it to Wiley, she was against no block, and Wiley puts that away.
And when you get somebody of the talent of Emily Wiley and don't put hands in her face like that, it's almost a guaranteed point for you. 9 kills now for Wiley.
Christy Vaughn to serve, and a service ace for Christy Vaughn. She went down the line. Kovac had to range a long way to get to it. And the service ace evens this set up at 7. And that's one thing that Flagler does not a lot of other collegiate teams do. They have just a 2-person serve receive. So a lot of ground for Kovac and Hamilton to cover, as that's a free ball over. And Thompson then, though, hits it out.
Well, I think that Flagler is able to do that partially because of the talent of Caitlin Kovac. I mean, she's one of the best defensive specialists in the entire Peach Belt, probably in all of Division II.
So Lechlenda Rodriguez to serve. Flagler leads at 8-7. On
Kovac.
serve, if you will.
Yeah, Kovac, a senior. She's been in this league a long time from Clearwater, Florida, and she has established herself as one of the best.
McGee just plays it over Valmir with a rare dig. And a blocking error again on the Pirates. Pirates have had 4 blocking errors in this match, and the hitting error by McGee that ended that set. So 5 times they've been in the net, as that is a block by Chiwa and Reddick. And Flagler opens up a 10-7 lead, and a timeout taken by the Pirates.
Yeah, you're starting to see the door open a little bit wider for Flagler right here, and Coach Will Condon wants to try and put a stop to it right now. He knows any lead better than 4 is going to be really tough to come back from. Again, this 4th set looking a little bit different. Both teams hitting well. Flagler hitting 500 so far in this set alone. Only 1 error. We saw them plagued by errors in the 3rd set, partially because of their own mistakes, partially because of Armstrong's defense.
And also they're getting it from several sources. It's not just Valmir. They're getting Sarah Davis, they're getting Hooks, they're getting Chiwa, Reddick. You know, they're getting it from everywhere rather than just focusing in on so much of the first 2 sets was driven by Tasia Valmir.
And when you do that, it keeps your defense guessing. If you can spread the ball across the line like that, down the front row, and you're right, whoever you're playing is just never going to know where it's going to be coming from. Before, like you said, I think it might be one of the keys to that 3rd set was the fact that Armstrong was able to say, okay, well, we know Davis and Hooks and Valmir are the only 3 people who are going to be hitting. Now, if you can get some of the other Flagler attackers in there, spread the well, get Chiwa going, etc., then it just makes it that much. You can't key on anybody then.
So out of the timeout, Lechlenda Rodriguez serving for the Saints. Flagler trying to advance to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament championship match. They have won the tournament 3 times, and another huge block. Valmir Chiwa in position. And that is the first hitting error for Rachel Thompson in this match, and it could not have come at a worse time for the Pirates.
Yeah, that opens up that 4-point margin right there, which for whatever reason in the sport of volleyball seems to be one of those magic numbers.
Tip by McGee is a good one as it goes to the left of the block again to that right or left front where none of the Flagler players were. Earns the side out for the Pirates.
Yeah, good vision by McGee that time, recognizing that hole in the Flagler defense.
Savitsky sets Chiwa, that's dug by Grooms, and then Harith is blocked. And now Flagler.
I'll tell you what, Chiwa and Reddick are just having a time on that front row defensively right now for the Saints.
10 team blocks for a team that averages in a 4-set match about 6. Overpass, and then Davis will take advantage and get the kill, and things might be starting to get out of hand here. And because of that, head coach Will Condon is going to take his 2nd and final timeout of the set. 13-8, Flagler leads here in the 4th. So out of the timeout, this is do or die for Armstrong State. No more timeouts remaining, trailing by 5 in the fourth, and they need to win this set to push it to a fifth. Flagler looking to really put the foot on the pedal here and pull away from the Pirates in the fourth. McGee attack dug by Glenna Rodriguez. Savitsky is getting to it. And then McGee's tip, again, that same spot on the floor. Savitsky got to it. Back at the point.
Yeah, big point. Armstrong needed that one. The timeout taken was not so much about strategy as it was about motivation. Coach Condon trying to get his team fired up here. Yep. You're still in this. It's 2-1. And as we pointed out, the fifth set is just anybody's game.
Valmir with a big swing as she comes in from the middle and picks up the kill.
Nice answer from Flagler the right time. Going to your sure thing here, at least tonight. Taja Valmir, that's 14 kills in the match for her.
Pillsbury to serve now. 14-9 Pirates trail by 5. Saints with the big lead here in the fourth. Spinning serve from Pillsbury. And a left-handed attack by Kulak has to be dug by Savitsky. And then Valmir's attack is dug by Harris. And again, McGee tried to go to the left front, but this time just too soon, and she hit into the net.
Yeah, the ball's a little bit too low, and she couldn't quite get the grip on it she needed to.
15-9. Flagler leads it. The winner of this meets the winner of USC Aiken and Lander tomorrow at 2, or we think. And a block again for Flagler, and the blocking for the Saints has been the story here in this fourth set.
Yeah, they have really performed well at the front. Their front line has just been on point, seeing the attacks of Armstrong very clearly here tonight.
That serve is out, but still, Saints are happy to trade points right now with a 16-10 lead. They can side out their way to a Peach Belt Finals berth. And so the Pirates will serve it now with Carly Eichen.
Yeah, 11 blocks for Lander. And I had all my good blocking stuff saved up for Lander, which is the top blocking team in the Peach Belt, ranked 9th in the nation. But really, Flagler's blocking today has been phenomenal. Armstrong had about 10 team blocks for the Pirates as well.
Sarah Davis hits it long, so the Pirates pick up the point. And it's 16-11. And that's the one thing Flagler can't have. You can't have the hitting errors that plagued you in the third set. Just get the ball in. You know, doesn't have to be a great attack. Just don't give Armstrong points. Valmir with the attack, dug by Sepanovich. Kulak's tip is dug by Valmir, and then Davis will get the kill. Sarah Davis earns the side out. Flagler trades 2 points for 1, and it's 17-11, Hamilton to serve. Davis about to catch up to Valmir on kills now. 13 for her, 14 for Valmir. Janae Reddick, by the way, with 10, hitting 362. She's had a good match. And attack. Kulak hit that on her way down from her jump, but still had the perfect placement to get the kill.
Yeah, she threaded the needle between the blocks right there, right between the hands, and found that spot on the floor.
17-12. Brittany Harris serves it into the net. So I have to bring up this minor point. We've not had a Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship match that has not involved Armstrong head coach Will Condon since 2005 because Armstrong has been in the last 7. The last time they were not in the match, as that is hit into the net by Wiley, was 2007, but that's when head coach Will Condon was the coach here at USC Aiken. They were in the conference tournament
They won in
championship match 2 straight years. So what kind of a feeling will it be if the final here tomorrow does not involve the Pirates, as that is hit long?
It's going to be kind of unusual. And in a way, well, it's definitely going to be unusual, but it would be interesting to see somebody new in the role if that is indeed what happens. And it kind of looks like that's where we're going here. It's going to be weird. I'm going to be honest with you. You and I have been around in this league a long time, and Armstrong volleyball has been and still is. We don't mean to talk about like they're.
Well, what you're going to have is you're going to have two coaches that will have a chance for their first Peach Bowl Conference title, whoever it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's Ashley Stathis for Lander or
Glenn
Glenn Cox for USC
or
Aiken
even
and Matt
Matt
Affolter for
Matt
Flagler.
Affolter.
You're going to have someone new in that position for the Peach Belt, which can only be good for the league. Because this has been really, like we've talked about in the pre-game or in the pre-match, this has probably been the most even season for the Peach Belt in a long, long time. Normally it's been one dominant team or two dominant teams and a gap, a separation between the rest of the league. You did not have it this year. It goes 6 deep. Even Montevallo and Lander were still beating teams at home and on the road.
You have even Francis Marion coming out of nowhere and surprising teams from time to time.
Francis Marion had wins against each of the top 5 teams in the Peach Bowl Conference standings, went 9-9 on the season in the league.
This has been, in my experience, and I'm 15 years into this, has been the most competitive season I've seen of Peach Belt volleyball. And it's nobody should read anything into if Armstrong is not there, because you're right. It's been either in the back in the days, it was North Florida, Armstrong, a couple of years of Aiken, Armstrong, Flagler, dominant teams. The tournaments, quite honestly, were a little bit on the snoozer side until you got to the final, because you knew even going in which two teams you're going to be looking forward to.
It was very infrequent that you had a lower seed advance the title. In fact, last year was the first time we had it happen with a bottom seed getting into the championship match when Flagler was the 7 seed.
So it is going to be kind of in a way refreshing. And again, I don't mean anything against Armstrong with that, but just different to see somebody new having the opportunity. Either Aiken under Glenn Cox, and again for Aiken it'd be 7 years since they've been in the championship match.
Anna McGee gets the kill. It is 22-16. Armstrong fighting hard to stay in this 4th set, but Flagler has a pretty commanding lead late, looking to advance to the tournament championship match for a 2nd straight year. Reagan Grooms with the serve. Pillsbury will set the middle, and Valmir with a huge swing, and it's 23-15. Valmir with 15 kills.
But as we mentioned about Armstrong, no seniors on the team. The majority of these players are going to be coming back, and it's looking really good, the future for the Pirates. But for Flagler, the future might be now. The number 2 seed in this tournament, and they've looked pretty good here today. The young players for them as well. We're talking about the freshman of the year the last 2 years, Sarah Davis and Savisky. Really could be a foundation they can build upon for years to come.
But a lot of the important components, really the people that don't get the headlines, you're like Ledna Rodriguez in the back row, your libero Caitlin Kovac, seniors, for this team, and big parts of what has made this a great season for the Saints. Match point for Flagler, Kovac to serve. As the Pirates try and stay in it, McGee with a swing, and it is hit in. Flagler thought it was out. I think the up official said there was a touch on that, so even though it may have been out of bounds, Pirates get the point, 24-16. Our score, Eva Sepanovic serving for Armstrong State. And again, as Sarah Davis's attack is dug by Vaughn, bump set to McGee, her tip kept alive by Pillsbury, played over. Pirates want to attack it quickly, and McGee's attack will be dug. Amelia Morgan, by the way, is into the match here for Flagler, the senior setter in place of Savisky, and McGee will get the kill. Looking at we talked about the NCAA region rankings again. This will not end the season for Armstrong State. They will be in the NCAA regional. That selection show is on Monday at 7:30. Flagler the same way, regardless of what happens to them today or tomorrow, they will be in the postseason. We know Aiken will definitely be there because they're number 1 seed. And then we think that Lander is going to be in the tournament. They're 6th seed. They're protected a bit by Erskine. Erskine is the 7th seed, and they're done. They won the Conference Carolinas Championship. It would take something very, very dramatic from the SAC to have anyone hop over both Montevallo and Erskine.
Yeah, if we get Wingate perhaps going to the championship game there and winning it and getting the AQ from the SAC, that would be what Montevallo wants to hear as the 8th seed last time.
Double contact on Amelia Morgan will give the Pirates the point. It's now 24-18. Pirates have fought off 3 match points here in the 4th set. Sepanovic still serving it. But again, the Pirates' season will not come to a close here today as they should be playing. And again, because of the Thanksgiving holidays, the regional will not happen until December. As a free ball over by Morgan.
And given the intensity of the end of the regular season, I think that'd be a welcome break for most of our teams coming out of this tournament. It'd be real tough to play the way they did at the end of the year. We mentioned so many close matches, big five-setters, really intense stuff happening, competitive. Then you come to this tournament, you have games Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, potentially again, and then to go right from that into a regional after a long season. So I think the break will especially help a team like Armstrong.
Reddick with a dig and a block, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that will be match point as Flagler takes it 25-19 in the fourth. And we will be back with you at 7:30 for our second game in the Peach Bowl Conference Tournament semifinals as Lander, the fifth seed, will take on top seed USC Aiken.